Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's broadcast of St. Joe's football, where the Marauders travel to Rochester. We're at Salem Stadium, where they take on the independent UPrep team out of Rochester, New York. This is their first meeting between the Marauders and UPrep. UPrep, a new school to the Rochester area. Actually, they just had the ceremonies for the first graduating class of UPrep, and the parents and the seniors went out and had their ceremonies as this is their last home game. UPrep comes in at a record of 2-3, and the Marauders are in at 2-3, coming off last week's tough loss to Canisius, 17-0 scores. Mark Simon here. I'm solo today. My friend Paul Naska out doing some baseball coach work. Rich Uppers Pal here bringing you the video, and Al Simmons is filling in for Timmy Wegren today doing the stats. Timmy home with the JV team who played UPrep this morning, and I think it was a fairly convincing win. Al's giving me the shake that it was. So we're just a couple minutes away here from our special noon start. The Marauders today will be without their quarterback, David Archer, who's had a concussion suffered last week. So we'll see what kind of offense the Marauders run today. UPrep looks like a very talented, athletic team. They've had played a lot of Western New York teams so far this season. They opened the season up with St. Mary's of Lancaster in a tough 22-20 loss. That was here at UPrep. Bishop Timon in week 2. Timon beat him pretty handily, 13-8. Then they beat O'Hara 16-14. A win over Greece Arcadia at 30-25, and last week lost to Alden 32-12. The Marauders won the toss and deferred, and they will kick off. The Marauders in their all white, or white tops in their silver gray pants. UPrep and what would you call them? All purple. They look like the Riverside frontiersmen.
It's like more blue than purple.
Yeah, a little dark blue. Well, I'm colorblind, so it doesn't matter, my friend. So, see if the Marauders can right the ship here today. Definitely need a victory heading into next week's game with St. Mary's. Beautiful stadium here. This is where they play. The Rhino play their soccer. The women's team here. Right in downtown Rochester. Beautiful turf field. Small crowd, though. I can count them all pretty quick. 3, 6, 10. There's about 40 people here so far today. All on the opposite side of the field. Now we are just about ready to go on this cool but nice fall afternoon. Temperature 54 degrees. Partly cloudy, very little in the wind department. As we go along, we'll set the athlete players here for the UPrep team. Deep in the middle will be number 13, Jordan Marshall. And he's back there along with number 10, that's Chaz Griffin. And number 7, Akil El Amin. Luis Cerezo kicking off for the Marauders. And we are just about ready to go. Thanks for being with us. And Cerezo's kick. It's a good one. Going to be taken by 13. That's Marshall. He's going to be run it right up the middle. Now cuts it to the outside, and he's brought down. Looks like Marcus Evans, number 23, on the tackle.
Ball returned by Jordan Marshall to the 15-yard line, a return of 7 yards. UPrep will start the game with the ball from their own 15-yard line.
So the ball will be at the 15-yard line. Right downtown here in Rochester, close to Frontier Field as well, the home of the Rochester Red Wings of the American League in baseball, or the International League. So first down. 3-back backfield. And they hand the first one off. At the 15 is the quarterback, Greg Faust. Brings up second down. No gain there, so 2nd and 10. UPrep shuffling a couple players here. So again, it'd be three backfield. Quarterback is Greg Faust. We'll get you the running backs as they get a little closer to us. And they hand the ball off, and nothing there. Is a good job by the Marauder defense. Adam Bartek in there on that tackle. Handoff was due to DeAndre Breedlove, junior, 5'7", 163 pounds. So again, they shuffle in their specialty players. It's going to be 3rd down and 12. Ball at the UPrep 12-yard line. Work out of the shotgun this time. Twin receivers right and left. Going to have a throw, and he throws it out in the flat, and he's got his man. And the catch and run to the... Oh, he's still on his feet, breaks a tackle, bad tackling on his way, 40, midfield, and finally brought down inside St. Joe's territory. It's like Chris Schaefer made that tackle. That was number 1, Brandon Hunt. It looked like the Marauders had him down, and he broke out of the pack for a big gain to the St. Joe 42-yard line. Marauders have struggled with tackling throughout the season, and early there it hurt them. So they'll spread them out again. 2 to the bottom of your screen, 2 to the right. In the shotgun is Faust. Faust is going to throw, and he throws it again to Hunt. He had it, but it was incomplete. So I'll bring up 2nd down. A little bit of a break there.
Number 6, Abdul Aziz Shatu was on the coverage.
Young roster here, only about a half a dozen seniors. Fair amount of juniors, half a dozen or so sophomores. So Faust in the shotgun again. 2 receivers left and right under some pressure. Throws to the right side, intended for Jordan Marshall, number 13, pass incomplete.
Number 15, Gregory Faust on the throw, intended for number 13, Jordan Marshall. And number 2, Darren Thompson was on the coverage.
So it'll bring up a 3rd down. Darren Thompson on the coverage there. Big shotgun again. 2 left, 2 right. Lucky Edwards, the lone back. Under pressure, middle screen, set up very, very nicely. Edwards gets it, and it's complete inside the St. Joe 35, right around the 33. Going to be a couple yards short. And it'll bring up 4th and about 1.5 yards. I would imagine they'll go for it here.
UPrep is into St. Joe's territory at the 34-yard line. It's 4th and 1.
So 4th and a long one for UPrep. Athletic Director Dick Cerrone here now at UPrep, formerly at Bishop Kearney. So they'll spread them out again. 2 left, 2 right. Lucky Edwards, the lone back. He lines up to the left of quarterback Greg Faust. Up, and the Marauders jump in the neutral zone, and that's going to be a UPrep 1st down. So some bad discipline there by the St. Joe front line. And they'll move the chains. Automatic 1st down. Penalties. I know coming into last week's Canisius game, they averaged 8 a game. It's tough enough on the road, but you can't be doing that to hurt yourself. So the ball at the Marauder 28-yard line, 1st down. The About 3 or 4 Marauders on that front line jumped. So they'll go back to the I formation. It's like Edwards and Larry Boykins in the I. And they hand the ball off. That's Lucky Edwards. He finds a hole up the middle, and he's going to be very close to a UPrep first down.
11-yard carry by Lucky Boom Edwards, brought down by number 2.
I think they got it.
Nice hit on the play.
And they do. They'll move the chains. First down. So bad tackling led to 1 first down. An offside penalty leads to another first down. This one they earned on their own, but they're knocking on the door. 1st and 10 at the 17. I formation. Give the ball to Lucky Edwards again. He's hit and tries to bounce it outside. He gets inside the 15, close to the 13-yard line. Gain of about 4. Mark Simon bringing you the action today. Paul Naskin on assignment. He'll be back next Saturday afternoon when the Marauders host St. Mary's of Lancaster. 1 o'clock start at St. Joe's. We'll both be there for that, along with the rest of our team. So 2nd and 6. Faust to go under center. 1 receiver, White right, 1 left. I formation. And they pitch the ball. They're going to run it this time to Brandon Hunt. Tries to find room on the outside. Can't get it done. And number 11, Josh Jackson, comes in with the tackle, and we've got flags.
Number 1, Brandon Hunt on the carry.
Probably a hold, and I think that's the preliminary signal. So the play was a no gain. They had Brandon Hunt in the back of that I formation. Little guy, 5'4", junior, 115 pounds. And the Marauders' coaching staff will have to make a decision here whether to move him back. Offsetting penalties. Oh, there's 2 flags. Thought they were for the same thing. No, the Marauders with a personal foul, and UPrep with a holding. So that personal foul must have been either right after the play. So they offset. We'll redo it. So 2nd down and 6. The Marauder 13. 7:30 to go here in the first quarter on a cool, crisp day here in downtown Rochester. It's Salem Stadium. Easy commute here just off the 490. 20 miles from the Leroy exit. And he fakes it. They're going to throw another screen. Well set up. That's Lucky Edwards at the 5. And he is brought down by Darren Thompson just short of the goal line. They'll spot it at the 1. So a nice screen set up by UPrep. So just spotted inside the 2. It'll be 1st and goal.
That was a 12-yard catch and run by Lucky Boom Edwards.
So they'll work out of this 3 backfield where they line back on one on the left and the right, and the other one lined up behind the quarterback. Little triangle formation. And they give the ball to Lucky Edwards, and he is short, just barely short of the goal line. So 2nd and goal. Wasn't sure what to expect from this UPrep team coming in, but right now, very impressive drive. They've had it for 5 minutes and 30 seconds here in quarter 1. Faust, they give the ball to Brandon Hunt. Nice move, cuts back inside, touchdown. UPrep on the board first, 6-0. They go at 85 yards, Ale? Started at the 15, right? Drive start? So 85 yards, combination of on the ground, couple of completions, penalty, bad tackling, and it leads to a UPrep 6-0 lead. Maybe the Marauders might be a little shocked here. It must not be an extra point kicker for UPrep, so they're going to go for 2. Faust pitches the ball to Hunt again, and he's going to try to run to the corner, and he's stopped there by Connor McKenna, held him up, and he tried to cut back, and then another Marauder came in. That was 72, Brandon Kostelnick. Sorry there. Having trouble with the tongue here today. So 6 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the first quarter, and UPrep has a lead, 6-0. So UPrep will be ready to kick it away to the Marauders. Going right to left here. If you're just listening and not watching the video feed by Rich Uppers Pollier.
Back deep for St. Joe's is 21, Ryan Conchapter, and 23, and Marcus Evans.
And a kicker for UPrep is number 6, Justin Butler. Conchafter and Marcus Evans back. It's a short kick, and it'll be taken by, looks like Chris Schaefer, one of the up men. He's got it at the 20, 25, and brought down just short of the 30-yard line, right on it, and that's where the Marauders will start. 1st and 10. See if they can generate some offense. Last week, 29 yards only against a tough Crusader defense.
Brought down by number 80, Jordan.
So up from the JV, number 10, David Nelson will take over the reins for the Marauders. Imagine we'll see a lot of running today. Cordell Owens and Darren Thompson line up in the eye. Peter Masters wide right. Grant Byer wide to the left. Connor McKenna at the tight end spot. And Nelson hands the ball off to Thompson. And he's met in the backfield and nowhere to go. Number 76 did a great job. Jamar Gibson getting into the backfield quickly.
Number 2, Darren Thompson, trying to get around the outside.
So loses 2.
6, Jamar B.B. Gibson.
2nd and 12.
Brought down by
They
number
got some nicknames for these guys. Jamar Boo Boo Gibson.
It's a loss of 2.
I'll try to catch all the nicknames as we go along. They had Lucky Edwards had a nickname in the middle as well. So 2nd down and 12 for Nelson. Up. Looks like UPrep jumped there. So the Marauders could get a break here with a 5-yard encroachment penalty. And that's what we've got. So that'll make it 2nd and 7.
It's an offsides call on UPrep. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Beautiful press box location for us here today. We love to work in the professional stadiums. Makes life a lot easier when you're on the road. I formation again, Nelson, with Owens and Thompson. Fakes it to Owens and gives it to Thompson. And UPrep quick to close. Duran Johnson, number 4, in on the tackle. So a gain of nothing. Be 3rd and 7. 5 minutes to go. First quarter, UPrep struck first, leads 6-0 on an 85-yard drive.
As well as number 3, Corey Wyatt.
Nelson under center. Byer at the top of your screen. Masters at the bottom, wide right. Nelson going to throw, and he throws one out in the flat to the tight end, Connor McKenna, and it's incomplete. Jamar Bubba Gibson.
Pass broken up by a turned-up 76, Jamar B.B. Gibson.
BB Gibson, sorry.
Pass thrown by number 10, Jaden.
So it'll be 4th down, and the Marauders will have to punt it away. Louis Serace, and for those of you that follow every broadcast, the punt team has been kind of an adventure. So hopefully they've did some work on it this week. Saray standing it is 30 or 20-yard line. He averages 35 yards. Good snap there. Peter Masters was in the snap today, so they made a change at the snap position, and it's going to be a really good punt by Saray. Takes the St. Joe bounce, and it's going to be down at the UPrep 18-yard line. So as soon as Coach Simon does the math, he forgot to bring his abacus with him today. About a 50-yard kick for Surace. Going to have to put the abacus in the bag now. 4:29 to go, quarter one. Marauders had a 3-and-out. UPrep had a 6-minute-plus drive. So the Marauder defense is going to have to step up here and see if they can get a stop. And they hand the ball off to, it's like Lucky Edwards.
Lucky Boom Edwards on the
Yep,
carry.
and he
5-yard gain, brought down by 21, Ryan Concha.
looks like he's injured. He got a gain of about 5.
You do have an injured player on the field.
So Edwards down. It's a gain of 5 at the 23. Hobbling a little bit. Looks like his right leg, but now he's keeping it off the ground, so maybe some type of ankle injury.
Lucky Edwards rough on
If there was NHL hockey, it'd be a lower body injury. I think that's what they call it.
the resume play with a 2nd and 5.
So it'll be 2nd and 5. And they'll have Brandon Hunt will go at the back of the eye. Faust under center. And they give the ball to Hunt, and he finds nothing. He stays on his feet, though. He's a tough little runner. Looks like he's going to go down, and he finds those extra yards as he did on an earlier pass play. And there's flags, and it looks like the indication will be a hold on UPrep. Marauders will take that penalty and push him back.
That's what it takes. 2 flags on the play.
So they're talking over here. Would be about 3rd and 4 if they decline the penalty. And the Marauders will take it. Referee's just talking to where to walk it off from. Not sure what the confusion is there, Ups. It's got to go from the... No, it'll go back to it's a line of scrimmage foul, so it'll be at the 9-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 20.
Penalties. UPrep is going to be back up to their own 9-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 19.
So 2nd and long. Lucky Edwards, who was key in the first drive, still on the bench with the trainer or coaching staff from UPrep. They work out of the eye, Faust does. He rolls out to his right, throws. He got a man wide open on his feet and down for a first down. It's Corey Wyatt, the tight end, who was wide open on a little rollout to the right side. So 23-yard gain for a UPrep first down. Clock runs. 3 minutes to go, quarter one. It's been all UPrep so far, 6-0. They're in front. Double tight ends here for UPrep. And they hand the ball off to, trying to get a number here. Looks like might have been Corey Wyatt was in the backfield.
Ian Weaver on the carry. Another senior for UPrep. Gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Nope, that was to Ian Weaver.
Maybe second and 10. From the UPrep's 35-yard.
So they get back to their I formation. Weaver, the back of the I. Faust to throw, under some pressure, gets away, and he's got his man. That's Hunt. Got it to the 45, still on his feet, and brought down right at midfield. Another UPrep first down.
Number 1.
Faust to Brandon Hunt.
Had to be a 15-yard reception for another.
So 15 yards they give him.
He was brought down by 34.
And right at midfield on the left hash, going right to left. I formation. Faust under center. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, going to throw the ball long down the right side, and it is incomplete.
Great pass by Greg Faust, intended by 13, Jordan Marshall.
Was for Jordan Marshall, number 13. Chris Schaefer, good coverage there, but Marshall, a little taller than Schaefer, was able to get both hands on it and just couldn't complete the catch. So it will bring out 2nd and 10. As the sun peeks out here a little bit. You can hear the UPrep coaches calling out the Wildcat formation. Looks like we have a timeout, uppers.
Yes, sir.
Who called that? UPrep take a timeout. Next Saturday, 1 o'clock, Marauders will be home to St. Mary's of Lancaster, 1 o'clock start. The following week, the 25th, Cathedral Prep will make a trip up from Erie, Pennsylvania, 1 o'clock start there. And the Marauders will end the regular season on Halloween out at Tiff Field at the home of the Timon St. Jude Tigers. And God willing, we'll bring you all those broadcasts. Or Paul Nasco willing, actually, because I'll be on vacation for part one of them. I'll be here next week. Minute and 47 left here in the contest. Get some out-of-town high school, college scores. University of Miami, 7-0 over Cincinnati. Tulsa and Temple tied at 7. Florida State, just about 70 miles east of us here. They're in Syracuse at the Dome, 7-0 over the Orange. West Virginia, 3-0 lead over Texas Tech. Oklahoma, 7-3 over Texas. Wisconsin tied with Illinois. And those are some of your early games here. So here we go, 2nd down. They go out of the I formation. Twin receivers right and left. Now they're going to bring back El Amin in motion to the right, and they give him the ball, and nothing there. Kostolnik was there, along with, Bomberski as well. So they lose 2. It'll bring up 3rd and 12. Oh, they go Wildcat, so 13, Jordan Marshall in the Wildcat. They've got 3 to the right. 1 receiver down at the bottom to the left. And he's going to keep it. And he's going to try to run on the left side. And he gets down to the St. Joe 45-yard line.
13, Jordan Marshall on the quarterback keeper. Hit by number 34,
Louis Ceres in on the tackle. So we're inside a minute now. So it brings up 4th and
Joe's 45 yards.
5. Looks like they may bring out their punt formation here. Not sure what formation they're going to be in here. Looks like it'll be a punt. DeAndre Breedlove. But they've got receivers 2 right, 2 left, so you're really not sure what they're going to do here. You got to play them straight up like it's a regular play. Bob, low snap, off the ground. Breedlove does a good job, and a fair catch is called for by Thompson at the 23-yard line.
Catch called by number 2, Darren Thompson.
That's where the Marauders are start.
Their second drive of
JV final in 33 zip against UPrep. And that was the end of the quarter. Thanks, Uppers. I was reading my phone from all our friends at Curry's. Having a little iced tea. Yep. Iced tea and a sandwich, I'm sure. What? So 6-0. Banal UPrep after 1. Marauders hit a 3 and out. That's the only time they've had it here in the quarter. We'll see if they can generate some offense. Hope the Dibble sandwiches are good today over there. It's kind of a Dibble day. Got the paramedics down working on running back Lucky Edwards still down to our right. They had a lower body injury. Looks like Lucky's mom is down there with him. I think he's going to be all right. Get some tape and tape him up and send him back out there. So both teams back on the field. 1st and 10 for the Marauders. Nelson under center. And he gives the ball to Thompson. He follows his blocking over right side, and he bulls his way very close to a Marauder first down.
number 2, Darren Thompson with a huge run. 9-yard gain.
So it'll be 9. It'll be 2nd and 1. Marauders without their starting quarterback, David Archer. Some concussion symptoms from last week's game. They work out of the eye again. Give the ball to Thompson. And he's got enough for a first down.
Number 2, Darren Thompson with a carry for St. Joe's first down. It's 1st and 10 at the 37.
They run out of the eye. Give it to Thompson again. He finds a little hole, but good close there by number 4, De'Aaron Johnson.
Thompson was getting ready to make a big run, but number 4, De'Aaron Johnson makes a short tackle for only a 2-yard.
So 2 yards they give him. Spotted at the 40-yard line. Nelson hands it off to Thompson again. Going to see a lot of Darren Thompson here this afternoon.
Number 2, Darren Thompson tried to find
So he stopped for
hit by number 52.
maybe a gain of 1.
Just
So a big third down here. Cordell Owens now the up back. And we're going to run a little option. Nelson decides to keep it himself and gets nothing, probably a loss. A little bit of the inexperience of the sophomore quarterback there. Thought maybe he could have pitched it to Thompson. So 4th down, and we'll look for Louis Surace to come out, kick it away. So another short time of possession for the Marauders on offense. Surace had a 50-yard punt in the first quarter. And we've got whistles, and we've got confusion and chaos, and timeout called by UPrep. 9:05 here in the first half, 6-0, UPrep in front. We're back at you, ready to go here. 4th down, Surace standing at his own 30 to punt it away. Jordan Marshall, number 13, and number 4, De'Aaron Johnson back for UPrep. Another good snap there by Peter Masters. Almost a tough decision there for Marshall, but he's able to bring in the catch on the punt. The ball at the 27-yard line. So as soon as Coach Simmons stops using all his fingers, I'll be able to tell you how many yards that punt was. How many? Yep, you needed 30 fingers. 30-yard punt. Going to have to get a calculator here. Got like 100 years of football experience between. I'm on my right and left between Uppers and Al Simmons. So 8:58, here we go. Faust under center. They run out of the I. And he fakes the handoff under some pressure, and down he goes. Cordell Owens in on the tackle. A big sack there. Loss of about 7 yards. So the Marauders need to get UPrep out of here. 3 and out. Lucky Edwards on the bench. Now number 4, De'Aaron Johnson on the bench. So they'll run on the I. A couple of their key athletes on the bench, and they pitch it to Brandon Hunt, who has been trouble so far, but good job by the Marauder defense there. Aziz Shitu there on the tackle. So 3rd and 18, my staff tell me here. Coach Naska on leave this week, on assignment. Can't tell anybody where he is. It's probably at Curry's. Listening. So 3rd and a bunch. They'll spread them out. 2 to the right, 2 to the left for quarterback junior Greg Faust, who's done a good job so far today. He's going to throw under pressure, throws long up the right side, and it's tipped and caught by number 6, Butler, and he's going to go all the way. 81-yard touchdown pass, and it's 12-0 UPrep. Off the deflection, I think it might have went off Schaefer's hand, right into the hand of Justin Butler. So it's now 12-0 UPrep. And they'll go for 2 again. Number 6, Justin Butler on the catch. So they'll go for 2. 2 left, 2 right. Yep, just off the hand of Schaefer. I'm watching it on the replay. So they bring a man in motion. They give it to the second back. They try to get to 2, but right up the gut, and the Marauder line is able to bring him down. Smallwood, one of the Marauders' defenders. So quick strike. 7 minutes, 12 seconds to go here in the first half. It's 12-0 UPrep, which some might say a little bit of a surprise here today. But so far, the loss of Archer at quarterback made it hard for the Marauders to get any sustained offense going. And UPrep showing the ability to move the football. So again, our congrats to the Marauder JV who continue their quest for the undefeated season. Next Saturday morning, before the St. Mary's of Lancaster game, the JV Marauders will host Canisius in the second matchup of the season. That'll be 10 o'clock next Saturday morning at St. Joe's. So come down for a little doubleheader football. So Evans and Conshaft are back for St. Joe's. Butler, who just scored the touchdown, will now kick it away. And it's a pretty good kick, and it's going to go over the head of Marcus Evans. He could have caught that one, but doesn't, and it goes into the end zone where St. Joe's will take over at their own 20-yard line.
That means St. Joe's will be starting from their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
They break the huddle. Nelson under quarterback. Owens and Thompson in the backfield. Byer and Masters are your receivers. And they give the ball to Thompson. Fouls his block over left side. Ball comes out. Let's see, do we have a whistle quick? The Marauders are blessed there. We had a whistle. He was down, or it would have been 18-0. So the offensive line is going to have to find a way to make some holes for this running game with the inexperienced quarterback. They run the same formation with Owens and Thompson. Clock running, 6:35 here in the first half. 12-0 UPrep. And we've got whistles here. Looks like this will be some kind of illegal formation or motion penalty on the St. Joe's. And it is. So I'll mark it back 5. But it's now 2nd and 15. Is that the third penalty of the day, Al? How good am I? Third penalty for the Marauders. Now Conshafter in the backfield. We're going to go shotgun. Thompson with him as well. They bring Josh Jackson in motion. They hand the ball off to Thompson. He finds a little room. Is he able to burst through? He does, stays on his feet, and it'll be over the 30-yard line. But more importantly, it'll be enough for a first down. So first down for Thompson on a run of about 15. Ball is spotted at the 33-yard line. Shotgun again. Jackson in motion. Gives the ball to Thompson again, right side. Still on his feet, up the sideline, and out of bounds. Hit around the 47-yard line, but it's enough for another St. Joe first down. So the running game starts to get going.
Nathan Williams and 55, Jaden Brock. That's another St. Joe's first down.
So they break the huddle. They'll run out of the shotgun again. But running back on the right and the left, they bring Jackson in motion. And they give the ball to Thompson again, right up over center, inside UPrep territory, down to the UPrep 48-yard line, gain of about 5. Not going to have any problem making 4 o'clock mass today, uppers, even from Rochester, as this clock just quickly ticks away. 4:45, 12-0. UPrep in front. Marauders trying to move it and get on the board. Owens and Thompson in the backfield. UPrep jumped into the neutral zone, so the Marauders will get help there. The 5-yard penalty. Corey Wyatt, number 3, the right end, jumped into the zone. So they'll make it about 2nd and 1.
Could be offsides called on UPrep. The 5-yard penalty. It's going to 2nd and inches. And UPrep's 42.
It's a first down.
No, they're going to rule it a first down.
Yep, they do rule a first down.
5, it had to be a first down.
So first down on the penalty. And the drive stays alive. Give it to Thompson. Finds a hole up the middle. Still on his feet, and he's brought down inside the 30-yard line. Justin Butler on the tackle. He does everything. Touchdowns, tackles, kicks off. For this, I believe, this 4th or 5th year school, UPrep. As I mentioned earlier, today was senior day. This is the first senior class for UPrep. They give it to Thompson. Fowles is blocking on the right side and is going to get about 3 yards down to the 26-yard line. We're inside 4 minutes. 2nd and 7. The Darren Thompson Show. Got to be tough if you're a wide receiver today. Run out of the eye again. And they're going to throw. Nelson throws, and it looks like he's got McKenna. And he does for a St. Joe first down.
That opens things up.
Yeah, they had a lot of people in the box on that play. Going to have to throw it a little bit to keep him honest. Just a little root up the seam. So good throw by Nelson and first down. Ball at the 13, 1st and 10. Marauders need to answer. Hand off to Thompson. Tries to kick it right now. Cuts back left. And gets inside the 10 down to around the 7-yard line. Looks like maybe 2nd and 4. 2:43 to go here in the half. Marauders desperately need to score before halftime here. They trail 12-0. Pitch the ball to Thompson. They're going to run it to the right. Finds a little bit of a hole, and it's going to get down to around the 5-yard line. Going to be short of the first down, though. So I've got 3rd and 2. A lot of time, 2 minutes, 2:05 to be exact. Yep. Not much change in the formations. You got Owens and Thompson in the backfield. Yep, going to run a quick slant pass to Byer, and he had it and dropped it incomplete. Was in the end zone. You got to make that catch. Grant Byer, right call, just a little slant into the end zone, and in and out of his hands, unable to bring it in is Grant Byer. So it's 4th down, and the Marauders are going to go for it here with 1:42 to go. Timeout called by Coach Gilbert. Big decision here. But, hey, you got to make that catch. We should be kicking an extra point here. Can't even really make any excuse for that. And he was open. The ball was to him in his hands. You're only going to get it thrown to you a couple times a game. I don't know if you'd have caught it, we'd have seen it on the replay. My outstanding crew here. So a minute and 42. It's going to be 4th and 3 yards. Marauders are definitely going for it. See what Coach Gilbert draws up. On a beautiful day for football here in downtown Rochester. I like these noon starts, though. Well, I could do this every Saturday noon. Be done by 2:30. We'll be home by 3:30 today. The way this is going. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast of Marauder football. Next Saturday, 1 o'clock, St. Mary's of Lancaster. Hopefully Coach Naska will reappear. Got to get out there. Helpers just yelled out, don't get a delay penalty here and make this 4th and 8. So they're strong to the left. McKenna left. Slot right Thompson. Cordell Owens alone back. And little misdirection play to Thompson. And let's see, did he get in? He's very, very close, but he's got the first down. I think they're going to mark him just short of the goal. So it will be St. Joe's first down. Clock is at 1:37 now. So they got 4 cracks at it. I believe they have 1 timeout remaining. As they wind it now. Give the ball to Thompson, and he is in for the St. Joe touchdown. Darren Thompson, 1 yard, and the Marauders are on the board with 1:26 to go here in the half.
It's an 80-yard drive for St. Joe's.
Some good blocking up front by the upback. That time was number 19, and unfortunately nobody seems to know who he is. Oh, Matt DiPasquale, or number 67. All right, thank you, my information friends. Jimmy Linder, thank you. Timmy Wagrin, I'm sure you guys are having fun. So, kick by Serace is up and good with 1:26 to go. 12-7, UPrep in front. Well, we're getting close to wintertime. Marauder basketball clinics are underway. They start on Monday, Columbus Day, 9 to 12. And then the Sundays following that, 4 Sundays, October 19, 26, November 2 and 9 for grades 6, 7, and 8. All the information on sjci.com. If you know anybody who wants to learn hoops the Marauder way, have them come down. You can come to one clinic, all 4 or 5 clinics, whatever works for you. Sports night next Friday night, October 17th, where the Marauders Sport Night, where all the local area restaurants come in and donate their food and try to raise funds for St. Joe's Athletics. I believe that begins at 6:30 Friday night at the St. Joe's Gym. All the information on sjci.com. So Serace hits one on the ground, and it's picked up by Brandon Hunt, and he is brought down at around the 36-yard line. That's where UPrep will take over. So Sports Night, always a lot of fun, and hope to see as many of there as possible. Raise funds for St. Joe's Athletics, so we can continue to offer the best for all our student athletes. So the ball is at the 36. We'll see what UPrep wants to do here. Fausto will work out of the shotgun. Looks like Amari Donaldson could be in the backfield with him now. Timeout called by St. Joe's. Didn't like what they saw there. Update on all your college scores. Miami of Florida 14-7 over Cincinnati. Tulsa Temple tied at 14. A little bit of a surprise there. Florida State struggling with Syracuse 10-3. Texas Tech up over West Virginia 14-10. Oklahoma 10-3 over Texas. Illinois giving Wisconsin trouble 14-14 there. Iowa 28. Indiana 14. Minnesota 13, Northwestern 7. Marshall 21-7 over Middle Tennessee. Rice over Army 14-7. Louisiana Monroe 14-3 over Kentucky. Georgia 13-0 over Missouri in a big game there. Top 25 teams. Georgia Tech 3-0 over Duke. The UB Bulls kick off at 1 o'clock at Eastern Michigan. And high school, there aren't any scores because all the games begin at 2. There's your units out-of-town scoreboard. So here we go. 1st and 10, a minute and 23 to go. UPrep in front 12-7. Faust out of the shotgun. Going to throw a little one out here in the flat, and he's got his man. That's Donaldson. A couple Marauders in on that tackle there. Louis Serace, Conshafter. So a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. They got 2 to the left, 2 to the right out of the shotgun, Faust. And he's going to throw, and that one's tipped by McKenna at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. Faust, the little guy, is 5'6", 150-pound junior. Got some small guys on this team. Brandon Hunt, number 1's 5'4". De'Aaron Johnson, number 4, is 5'5". Number 9, Larry Boykins, 5'4". I want to play these guys in basketball if they're that small. So, 3rd down, shotgun for Faust. Going to throw under some pressure by McKenna. He's able to spin away. Now he throws up the left side, and he's got his man, and it's complete. 1st down. Great job there by Greg Faust. We'll see who the receiver is there. Looks like maybe Anthony Smith, number 5. First time we've called his name today. So good job by Faust to avoid Connor McKenna. And they run the clock inside 40 seconds, and they'll spike it for 2nd down. Really impressed with what Faust has been able to do today under some pressure. He's made some nice throws. Yeah, and he's been able to find open people. You're right, Uppers. So, 2nd down. Well, now they've got 3 on the marker. I think it'd be 2nd here. I thought Faust to throw. Under pressure, steps up, going to throw long. It's floating up in the air and intercepted by Thompson, and he's immediately brought down by the intended receiver, who was number 13, Jordan Marshall. So the Marauders get a turnover with 30.6 seconds to go. See if they're just content to sit on it, run in, or will they try to run a play? They have any timeouts left, Dale? One, maybe, or none? Maybe one. We got one left, okay. Nelson under center. And they're just going to hand it off to Thompson. And he grinds his way out over the 20. Gain of about 4 at most. Clock runs at 18 seconds. This could be the last play. As Nelson's on the sideline with Coach Gilbert. And it appears that we will come to the end of the first half. Been an exciting football game, interesting. UPrep been able to move the football pretty good. The Marauders finally got it going at the tail end here of the second quarter. So we've played a half. UPrep leads St. Joe's 12-7. We'll have about 18 minutes here in between halves. So when we come back at the second half, we'll have all the stats for you and all the action. Thanks for listening. Enjoy your beverages wherever you may be. And we'll be back in 20 minutes. Stay with us. Hey, we're back for second half action here at Salem Stadium in downtown Rochester, where UPrep holds a 12-7 lead over St. Joe's on a cool, crisp afternoon here at a really nice stadium. Mark Simon along with Rich Uppers-Pollier on the video. Hal Simmons doing stats today in place of Timmy Wegrin, who decided to have some fun this afternoon. So, little stats for you. First, interesting game, first quarter. UPrep had 6 first down, the Marauders none. Second quarter, Marauders 7 first down, UPrep none. Yards of offense has been all Darren Thompson, 16 carries, 82 yards. David Nelson, 1 for 3, 15 yards. About 100 yards of offense for the Marauders. Close to 200 for UPrep as they had a opening drive of 85 yards, and then they had a long pass of 81 with some running in between. They've got some athletes. They're talented. Marauders are going to have to figure out a way to stop them and put some points on the board as we are ready for the second half. The Marauders, who won the toss, deferred till this half, and they will go. We're going to go. Marauders will be going left to right. And Butler to kick. High. Taken by Conshafter at the 17, 20, 25, up the middle. Tries to kick it outside, still on his feet. And he's going to grind his way to around the 40-yard line. So a great run by Conshafter of around 22 yards. And we'll start from there. I'm looking to see some flags. No flags. A couple of officials trying to stop the clock. So the Marauders will start. Nelson in for Archer, who's out with a concussion. It's been all Thompson. And he'll be in the backfield with Conshafter and Owens. Offside eye to the right. And they give it to Owens right up the middle, big hole. And he's on his feet, and he's going to be brought down by a host of the UPrep defense. And there'll be a first down right at midfield, so a good start for St. Joe's.
Number 7, Cordell Owens on the carry, brought down by number 60, Kelsey Hoyt. First down at the 50-yard line.
Go again with 3 backs in the backfield. Conshafter, 21. Thompson, 2. Owens, number 7. And they give the ball to Owens again off the left side. And he's going to grind his way for about 3 to the UPrep 47-yard line.
Number 7 again on the carry, brought down by number 55, Jalen Barker. Number 60, Kelsey Hoyt with the biggest 6. Second and 8 from UPrep 48-yard line.
Sure, UPrep at halftime say, hey, we got to stop number 2, Thompson. And right now it's been number 7, Owens, with the carries on second down. And we've got flags here. Looks like that'll be on the Marauders. False start.
It's a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be second.
So it'll be 2nd and 12 now. So spotted at the St. Joe 48. 12-7, UPrep in front. For those that have been throughout the whole game, number 28, Lucky Edwards, the running back for UPrep, who was tough to stop in the early stages of this game. He's got an ankle injury. He's not going to return. But they've got a host of athletes that can make plays. Second down for Nelson. Gives the ball to Thompson, fouling, blocking right, cuts back to the middle, and gets it back to the 47-yard line, so he gets the 5 yards from the penalty back. It'll bring up third down
Number 2,
and 7.
brought down by number 54, Dexter Walton, and number 60, Kelsey Hoyt.
Marauders did not have the ball very much in the first half. Were able to grind out a good drive at the end of the half to get on the board. So they'll work out of the shotgun. Josh Jackson in the slot. He's 11. Owens wide to the right. Now they bring Jackson in motion back to the left. And give it to Thompson. And he's met by number 76, Jamar B.B. Gibson.
Number 2, Darren
So gain of about 2 maybe there. So it's 4th down, and the punting unit will come on for St. Joe's. 3rd punt of the day for Surace. He started with a 50-yarder and followed up with one around 30, if I'm correct. He'll stand at about his own 40. Jordan Marshall back along with De'Aaron Johnson. And almost blocked, but an end-over-end kick. And Marshall has it up the right side and knocked out of bounds. Flag comes into play. It's Adam Bardick, 14, who finished off the play. See what that penalty is. 2 flags, Uppers tells me. And he claims one of them was late. So we'll let the officials sort it out. .8:41 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Very nice facility here at Salem Stadium, the home of the Rhino. Of the, the Women's Professional Soccer League? I thought that was the, aren't they the ones with the propane tanks for your gas grill? Isn't that the Rhino? I don't know. It appears both penalties are on UPrep. Official giving Darren Thompson, one of the captains, his options. We had a hold. That's declined. We had block in the back. That one will be accepted. And we'll see where it all ends up, where they spot the ball to start. Going to be deep in their own territory. Looks like the 5-yard line is where UPrep will start. Faust, who had a very good first half for UPrep. He's going to operate out of the shotgun. Watch for number 1, Hunt, who he gives the ball to, and he fouls some blocking. He's got a good lane off the left side. Ball's on the ground. Looks like the Marauders have it. So a turnover and a fumble there by number 1, Brandon Hunt. Can't tell who fell on that for St. Joe's. Our broadcast location is at about the 30-yard line at the other end of where that play is. But either way, St. Joe's has the ball at the UPrep 11-yard line. They need to knock it in here and get the lead back. Or get the lead for the first time, for that matter. Owens and Thompson. And they give the ball to Thompson. He's got a hole over the left side, and he gets himself down to inside the 5-yard line. Gain of about 7. It'll bring up 2nd down. So as this game has gone on, the Marauders have methodically been able to run the football a little better. Nothing fancy today. The same formation pretty much all afternoon for St. Joe's. And they give it to Thompson again. He fouls Dan Carr. And very close to the goal line. The clock is stopped for some reason. Okay, yep, okay. So it's close enough. The ball was at the 11. No, I couldn't tell who recovered that. So they're going to measure to see if St. Joe's got a first down. I think a little short. Nope, first down. Just barely by the nose of the football. So it'll be first and goal. The Marauders knocking on the door. Byer goes out to the left. They'll have three backs down the backfield. Thompson, Owens, and Conshafter. They give the ball to the up back, Owens, and the Marauders are on. Touchdown. Now 13-12. So the Marauders able to grind their way into the end zone and capitalize on the UPrep turnover. Louis Ceres will come in to kick. Make it a 2-point game. Everything looks good, and the kick is good. So it's 7 minutes and 12 seconds still to play in the third quarter. The Marauders get their first lead of the day and are in front 14-12. Just a reminder, next Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock, St. Mary's of Lancaster. Comes the 8:45 Kenmore, 1 o'clock start. And more importantly, the JV game at 10 a.m. where Canisius will visit and play the undefeated Marauder JV. Winners beat Canisius just a week ago at Stransky Field. So that's going to be a heck of a game at 10 a.m. Anybody can get down and make that. You won't be disappointed. And then you can go to Curry's, have something to eat, and go back and watch the 1 o'clock game. Louis Ceres to kick it away. And it's a good boot. Marshall's going to take it, and it's going to go into the end zone. He's going to try to field that was Jordan Marshall. Went through his hands and into the end zone, automatic touchback. So we'll see if UPrep can get it going. Hopefully for the Marauder faithful, they don't. So they had a very, very good start to the football game. Had the ball about 6.5 minutes, 85 yards, ended up in a touchdown. And then they were able to score an 81-yard touchdown on a long pass that went off the hands of Chris Schaefer into the hands of Justin Butler. So here we go. Faust in the shotgun. Three-back backfield for UPrep. And a fake middle screen, and not fooled this time. Looks like that's 54. Peter Klopp was not fooled on the middle screen. UPrep effective in the first quarter with some good screen plays, but not that time. So a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Faust again in the shotgun. Throw out to the left. He's got Butler. And nobody's fooled there. He's not able to make a good first move off that catch. Number 6, Shitu was there. Louis Ceres quickly over to close as well. So UPrep now struggling to move the football, where in the first half they were pretty much able to do what they wanted. So 3rd down and 8. Quickly inside 6 minutes here in quarter 3. Twin receivers right and left. Fouls to throw. And he throws, and it's caught by number 1, Brandon Hunt. But it's going to be short of the first down. Be 4th down and 2.
He's being defended by number 6, Abdul Aziz Shatu. It's 4th and 2.
So 24, Breedlove comes in. Even though they go receivers 2 right, 2 left, Breedlove was the punter, and he drops the snap. Big trouble. He's going to have to run with it. And he's out of bounds. So another miscue by UPrep, and the Marauders will have great field position to start this drive. Yeah, he picked his eyes up, I think, before he had it in his hands. And so a fumble on the snap, and the Marauders will take over at the UPrep 25-yard line. So UPrep just starting to fall apart here a little bit. See if the Marauders can take advantage and pound another one in the end zone. .448 to go, third quarter, 14-12 is your score. We are ready to put it in play. Hands the ball off to Owens. Big hole up the middle. Inside the 20.
Number 7, the fullback, Cordell Owens on that carry. Brought down with a short tackle.
Quick gain of 6 there.
Another senior for UPrep. 5-yard gain on the play.
The UPrep defense seemed focused on Thompson, which is creating some opportunities for Owens up the middle. This time they give it to Thompson. Following his blocking nicely, and he gets it inside the 15, and it'll be enough for a St. Joe first down. Well, 1st and 10 at the 14. Nothing fancy for the Marauders. They're just going to grind it in here. And he gives the ball to Owens again. Fouls Danny Carr. Gain of about 3 to the 10-yard line.
Owens on that carry, brought down by number 54, Dexter Walton, 13, Jordan Marshall. 2nd and 8 from the UPrep 10-yard line.
And the ball off to Thompson off the right side. And he gets it inside the 5-yard line, or very close to it. Looks like it'll be 3rd and 1.
Number 2, Darren Thompson on the carry for about 4 yards. Brought down by number 6, Justin Butler, and 52, Terrence Bethel.
Third and 2. Hands the ball off to Thompson again. Fouls his blocking, and see where the spot is going to be. It's going to be very close to the first down.
Number 2, Darren Thompson continues to run the ball. Brought down
They have to have a measurement here. We'll see. And we will. the officials will stop the clock.
20-yard gain on the field, so now it's going to be 4th and 1.
Hey, and in between games next week, if you don't want to walk across the street, you can always have some of those great St. Joe hot dogs that are expertly prepared by the concession stand groups.
We're going to change out for a measurement.
Mark Simon along with Rich Uppers-Pollier and Al Simmons here in the nice press box at Salem Stadium in downtown Rochester. And it's a first down. So the Marauders will have 4 cracks at it.
First down. It's St. John's first down. And first and goal from the 4-yard line.
They break the huddle. They'll stay with this 3-back backfield. Grant Byer wide to the left. McKenna at the tight end. Strong right. And they give the ball to Conch after he finds the edge and's in for the touchdown. Ryan Conch after goes 3 yards, and the Marauders extend their lead to 20-12. Well done there.
For another extra point.
Louis Cerese will come in for the very important extra point to put this on 2 possessions. Considering UPrep, it appears, does not have a field goal kicker. Since they've 2 touchdowns, they went for the 2-point conversion twice. Cerese, Masters holds it, and it is good. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left to play here in quarter 3. And the Marauders now extend their lead to 21-12 as they take advantage of 2 UPrep miscues to start the half. Don't forget Sports Night next Friday night in the St. Joe's Gymnasium. All the local restaurants in the area donating their food, raise money for St. Joe's Athletics. All the info on www.sjci.com. And our friends from Gigi's will be there. I would imagine Shannon and everybody at Curry's helping out the cause. Upper said he might even go this year because he never knew about the last 20 years of sports nights. Coach Naska on sabbatical today. Parts unknown. Only the Secret Service know where he is. But he'll be back next Saturday. Timmy Wegrin as well, I think. So Louis Cerese out to kick it off to Jordan Marshall. Brandon Hunt, 2 weapons right in the middle of the field for UPrep. Seniors today will be the first graduating class from UPrep at the end of this year as they begin to build a new school here. Cerese high, end over end. Off to the left, it's taken by Jazz Griffin. And Griffin is tackled and brought down around the 16-yard line, 15-yard line. So UPrep is back on the field, and the offense has struggled here in the second half, where they rang it up pretty good in the first half, well over 200 yards. They still have a lot of weapons. Quarterback Greg Faust had a very, very good first half running this offense and leading the team. So this thing is far from over. They lost their top running back early in Lucky Edwards. And they hand the ball off to his backup, which was number 23, Amari Donaldson.
Number 23, Amari Donaldson, with some really high-fought yards.
Gain of about maybe 4
Joshua Jackson,
to the 23-yard line.
top 5 yards. Second and 5.
So second down. Faust gives the ball to Donaldson again. Tries to make something happen on his own on the left side.
23, Amari Donaldson again with a nice pass.
Out of bounds. He's short of the first down, but third and 1. I believe there's another football game here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Thus, the reason I think this game got moved to noon. So 3rd and 1. Minute and 44 to go here in the third quarter. And they give the ball to, it looks like Donaldson again, and he's going to be very, very close to the first down. And it is a first down as the referee gives the signal. So UPrep moves the chains. Faust goes under center. They run out of the eye. Give the ball to Donaldson again, but he's met in the middle of that St. Joe's line. It's like Danny Carr on the tackle. He's having a good day on both lines today. Inside a minute, 2nd and 10. Faust under center. And he's going to throw under some pressure by Owens, and then he's finally brought down by Owens on the final tackle. Chris Kupta in there as well. So great rush there by the Owens and Kupta. And it's 3rd and a whole bunch now. 3rd and about 18. We're inside 10 seconds, so I don't think we'll see another play here in the third quarter. And we don't. We've played 3 here at Salem Stadium. The Marauders have a very, very good third quarter and take the lead now. It's a 21-12. They'll take that lead into the fourth quarter. But much needed quarter where they really dominated things here. Uppers, maybe you can give them a little pan of the Kodak Tower off to my right. A nice view that we have from our press box location here, downtown Rochester. Here you go. Give them the whole panoramic view, Ups. We may just turn this into like a broadcast for just the audience, not even the coaches. You know, so they'll have to get somebody else to do the prep work for the game film. We're going worldwide. So they're changing ends right down now in front of our press box location. The ball will be on the UPrep 22. They need to get to their own 39, so 17 yards will be needed here on this third down. Faust will go under center. A little surprised that he didn't go with shotgun. I formation. Only 2 receivers in the field, and that one is blocked at the line of scrimmage. I think that was Josh Jackson. Got a hand on it, so 4th down, and they'll have to punt it away. So a tale of 2 halves where UPrep really did what they wanted on the offensive side of the ball. Here in the second half, they have not been able to do anything. So another short possession for them, and they'll have to punt it away. DeAndre Breedlove. Thompson standing just inside midfield on the UPrep side. Good snap. End over end. Thompson's got it at his own 45. He's got room up the right side. Turns on the Jets. Quickly inside the 40, 30. And finally brought down at the, stepped out of bounds at the 14-yard line. So a burst of speed from Darren Thompson. And the Marauders again in great field position here in the second half. Been the Darren Thompson show today. See if the Marauders can take advantage of this good field position. They continue to go with the 3-back set. Owens, Conshafter, and Thompson. They give it to Thompson. He fouls Conshafter, and he's going to grind his way close to the goal line. Brought down at around the 2. Gain of 12 yards. Good job of blocking there by Conshafter and the right side of the line, Danny Carr and Austin Greenwood. Darren Thompson was on the last carry. Yep. So 1st and goal. Gives the ball to Thompson, and he's in over the right side again. Touchdown, Marauders. 2-yard run for Darren Thompson. And the Marauders extend their lead now to 27-12. Officials called a timeout, not exactly sure why. So Luis Ceres will come out to kick the point. He's perfect on the season. Masters to hold. It's all good, and the kick is good as well. 11 minutes, 19 seconds to play in the football game, and the Marauders now in front, 28-12. Not sure what UPrep can do to get themselves back in this game now. Yeah, they played an outstanding first quarter and really a quarter and a half. And then the Marauders' last drive of the half. And everything kind of flipped from there.
Some nice play. Their coaching must be good.
Just about ready to go here. Race approaches it and kicks that one on the ground. Brandon Hunt, the up back, gets it in the middle of the field. Marauders quickly to answer him. He tries to kick it to the outside, and Matt DePasquale gets him at around the 37-yard line. So they kick it on the ground to make sure there's no long return by number 13, Marshall. Chris Schaefer down hurt as the trainer comes out from St. Joe's. Yep, penalties have been been too many. Both teams go to their sidelines as Schaefer is attended to. Rolls over on his back. Doesn't look to be anything too serious, but we'll see. And he's up on his feet on his own.
Number 16, Christopher Schaefer is walking on the field.
Yep, he looks okay. Lower body injury, as they say in the National Hockey League.
Andy Gallivan would say.
We're at U-Prep's 37-yard line. First and 10.
Not too big a crowd here, though. Just the faithful, the parents are here today from both sides. That's about, I don't know if there's 100 people here today. And they fake the ball to Hunt, and they give it to Donaldson. And Amari grinds his way to the 41-yard line, gain of about 4. Down 16, you would think they're going to have to throw the football a little bit as the clock ticks. 10:50 to go in the game. 2 receivers right, 2 left. The weapons are down here at the bottom of the screen, Butler and Marshall. And they give the ball to Hunt, who came back in motion. So the Marauder defense just doing a great job here in the second half, shutting down anything you prep throws at them. So 3rd and about 5. Shotgun for Faust. Donaldson, the lone back. Faust to throw under pressure, and he steps up. Still looking, but he's brought down by Danny Carr, Cordell Owens. McKenna did a great job forcing him to step up. And the problem is the quarterback here, he steps up. He's only 5'6", and he has a hard time seeing down the field. And that was a problem on that last play. Julian Smallwood now down for St. Joe's. So it'll be 4th down. Didn't see what happened to Smallwood there. Talking about his left leg a little bit, Pierce. He's able to roll over on his back. And he's trying to sit up. So it looks like left shin maybe. Maybe he just got kicked or something. Your scoreboard update, 24-10. Miami of Florida over Cincinnati. Tulsa and Temple, 21-21. Third quarter, Florida State 24-6 up the thruway at the Dome over the Orange. Texas Tech big over West Virginia 21-10. Oklahoma in a always tough battle with Texas 17-13. Wisconsin 10-point lead over Illinois. Smallwood walking off, okay. So nothing serious for him, it appears. And your UB Bulls in front 10-0 over Eastern Michigan. That's the units college scoreboard. So fourth down, they're going to have to punt it away. Looks maybe an appearance. Brandon Hunt, who's not the normal punter for them, is standing in punt position. They've got three receivers down at the bottom of the screen. Maybe trying to draw him offside. High snap, and Hunt's going to try to run with it up the middle and kicks it to the outside. There's going to be too many white shirts there, and that play is stopped, and the Marauders will hold them and take over on downs.
Good try by Brandon Hunt. Picks about 2 yards on that. Big punt.
Well, you knew something was up when Hunt went in the punter's position. But they're not able to convert anything, so St. Joe's will take over at the 44 of UPrep. 9:30 left in the contest.
Very slow developing.
It was very slow developing. You are correct. So Nelson under center. And they give the ball to Conchafter, kicks it to the outside right, and he's going to be down at around the 40. Give him a gain of 3. Uppers, I just noticed they have your favorite truck down at the far end of the stadium. The Canadian truck. $2 only, too. To become a soccer fan. Right on the 40, second down. The question is, who's he going to hand it off to? 7? 21. Marcus Evans in the game. 23, and they give it to him this time, and he runs over right side. So everything's on the ground. Everything is to the right. And he'll get himself a few yards there. It'll be third down. The ball at the 38-yard line.
It's good, though, because everything was to the right.
Everything is to the right today. So Nelson has come in and he's done what he needed to do. Turnover-free football so far. And they give the ball to Evans again, and he fouls his blocking right side. Inside, right at the 35. They're going to be about 2 yards short. And again, it's Carr, Greenwood, Conchafter leading the way. As we're inside 8 minutes. Reminder, next Saturday, doubleheader football action. The JV Marauders and the JV Crusaders at 10 o'clock. And 1 o'clock, St. Mary's will come and visit for a 1 o'clock kickoff. Nelson gives it to Owens, the up back, and he's got a big hole over center inside the 25-yard line. First down, Marauders again. They've just worn this UPrep defense down here in the second half. Give the offensive line credit. Evans stays in with Owens and Conchafter. Give it to Owens. Right side again. Not this time, though. Number 54, Dexter Walton for UPrep in the backfield to make that tackle. They're going to give him. They're going to give him line of scrimmage. Generous spot. 6:45 to go. And one of the quickest football games of the season.
Whitey Hunter days.
And fakes the handoff. Nelson rolls to his left, looking for some blocking. Byer was the only receiver out there. There were 3 UPrep defenders. So nothing doing for Nelson on that bootleg to the left. So it'll be 3rd down. Ball at the 21. Number 7, El Amin. And number 5, Anthony Smith. We're there. Gives the ball to DePasquale. The up back. Matt DePasquale, who's been in the backfield. We're at number 19 today. And he gets a run. Looks like a first down. Oh, it's a definite first down. I don't see the need to measure this. Yeah, the markers before. Yeah, it's a. Well, uppers, if you're wrong, you're walking home. So, but it's got to be a first down. And as predicted, you are correct, so you can still ride with me. First down. 5 minutes, 28 seconds left. Watch 19 again. He's in the ups position, DePasquale. They give it to him again, trying to get him some more yards. He's grinding his way inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to get him a touchdown here. So 2nd down at the 8. 4:50 to go. Going to make a quick substitution here by the UPrep team. They're going to give it to DePasquale again. No, they give it to Marcus Evans. It's blocking by Conshafter and DePasquale. And he's going to be short of the first down. Going to mark it around the 7-yard line. Be 3rd and about 3. Just a little over 4 minutes. Unfortunately, due to time constraints, there'll be no post-game show today. You may ask what those time constraints are. We want to get home. So 3rd and 3. Keep an eye on your up back, 19. See if they can get him a carry and get him into the end zone. And they give him the ball, but nothing doing that time. Breedlove, 24, was in there. 52, Terrence Bethel. So, 4th down. See what run and play Coach Gilbert calls here. 3:20 to go. See if they try to run it wide here. They've got everybody in the box for that. They're going to throws to the back of the end zone. Oh, intercepted. Nelson's throw was short. And brought down was high uppers. I wouldn't be surprised he's got him outside the end zone. He does. They're the ups. They want to go home. It's no safety, I'm telling you. 2:40 to go. 16-point game. It might have been a safety, but it's like the penalty kick in soccer. It's just not happening. So a short throw by Nelson was intended for 42 Tucker Reddington. Looks like Jazz Griffin on the interception for UPrep. So 2:48 to go. And UPrep has it just over the goal line. The offense comes out on the field. Faust to work out of the shotgun. He's got three backs with him in the backfield. Faust throws a long one, and it is caught by Marshall up the sideline. Stopped by Serace. He cuts back, and Louis Serace brings him down at the 27-yard line. About a 73-yard pass and catch from Faust to Marshall. Some of the Marauders' second-teamers in on defense. Thank God for Louis Serace, who was able to slow Marshall down, make him cut back to the middle.
73-yard reception by Jordan Marshall.
So 2:27 to go. Faust will look to throw it again. Under pressure, throws down to Butler, who was wide open, but he stumbled as he turned and fell down before he could catch it. Like number 20, Danny Gollin back there. Marauders going to have a little better coverage than that on that play. It's only two, right? They only had two receivers in the formation. So second down. Gowan, number 20, guarding 6, Butler. Marshall at the top of your screen. Going to throw it to Butler, and goes right through his hands. Incomplete. Should have been an easy catch there. So third down. This time Marshall down at the bottom of your screen, wide to the right, Butler wide to the left. I would think he's got one-on-one coverage down at the bottom. And he's going to him. Yep, he throws it deep and not able to make the play. Gollin, good coverage there. Reason they're going there is a big size advantage. Jordan Marshall, a little over 6 feet. We're Gollin at 5'9". So fourth down. And these passes by Faust have just been hanging up in the air a little too long. Got to get a little tighter rope on them. 2 minutes and 3 seconds left.
This is a big 4th and 10.
So as the announcer just said, stadium, it's a big 4th and 10. Get a stop. Take over the football. And run these last 2 minutes and head on the bus. Faust, middle screen set up, but nothing doing there. Bomberski read that one and nowhere to go. And the Marauders hold them on downs and will take over with 1:59 to go. Can fire up those Ridge Road Express buses. Mr. Simmons is going to hardly wait to get on that bus. Darren Thompson, 129 yards on the ground today. 2 touchdowns. Cordell Owens, leading tackler today with 8 and 2 sacks. A couple of our Integrity Ad Pro stars of the game. Nelson hands the ball off to... there's a fumble. And UPrep thinks they have it. Wait for the... And they do! So it looks like Marcus Evans fumbles the ball. And UPrep will get a few more shots at it. I mean, it still is a 2-touchdown, 2-point conversion game. So if they could get a quick 6 and a deuce, they're still in the hunt. But I'm not going to tell the Ridge Road Express guy to turn the bus off. The D's going to get it done here. Minute and 51. Only 2 receivers in the pattern, 1 left, 1 right. Faust steps up, throws, going for his man in the back. Danny Gowan, in his hands and not able to secure it for the interception. Good coverage there. They had 3 Marauders around Marshall. Bomberski was back there. Gowan, Drew House. So 2nd and 10. And they hand the ball off to number 2, Ian Weaver. So trying to mix it up a little bit. Gain of maybe 1. Be 3rd down, maybe nothing. Okay, still 3rd and 10. Minute and 25. Clock runs. Faust to throw, throws line to the left side for Butler. He's got it. Touchdown. UPrep doesn't want to go away. A 29-yard touchdown pass to number 6, Justin Butler, his 2nd touchdown of the day. And if they can make the 2, it's a 1-score game. 28-18, a minute and 5 to go, and the all-important 2-point conversion here. And Faust is going to throws, and he's, in the hands of his intended receiver, Marshall, his go-to guy, and he's not able to secure it. Should have been an easy catch. So the point fails. And it's 28-18 with a minute and 5 to go. So Marauders catch a break there. So we'll wait now for the onside kick. Marauders will get their all-hands team out there. And we'll see what the UPrep team has up its sleeve for an onside kick. Let's wait for the U Prep kick team to come on out. All hands guys up for Marauders. Bardick, Evans, Jackson, Masters, Thompson, Conshafter. It's your frontliners. Nick Byers. Aziz Shitu. Drew House. Grant Byer. One man back for the Marauders standing at around his 25. Cordell Owens. Butler just scored a second touchdown of the day. And he tries the onside and takes a bounce. It bounced off a Marauder, and I believe UPrep has it. They do. Wow. Bounced off, I think, Josh Jackson. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. It didn't look like he was going to fall on it. So they'll get another chance to get a touchdown here with 59.6 seconds to go. Almost like Jackson was caught off guard. Ball was gone, yeah. So hit him, took a weird bounce, hit him in the knee. So here we go. Fortunately, it's inside a minute. So unless they can make two big strike plays here, the Marauders hopefully will get out of here with the W and even its record at 3-3. Faust to throw. Under pressure, and can McKenna get him? Ball fumble, and I think the white team has it this time as Connor McKenna forces a fumble by the quarterback Faust. He tried to step up as he was looking long, but he was under a great deal of pressure. And again, his height at 5'6" hinders his ability to step up and look long. So the turnover there, that's it. The Marauders will be able to fall on it and go home victorious in a tough football game.
Entertaining, though.
Very entertaining. We love to be entertained, informed, and enlightened. I used to say with my former radio partner, Pete Poliri. Unofficially yours on 1230 WECK, but we've retired from that gig. You never know when you might make a comeback. Marauders not sure what formation they're going to get in here. Hope he's just going to take a knee, and they do. And UPrep is going to take a timeout here. Going to fight to the last second, even though it's almost impossible. Well, thanks to Uppers for his work here on the video today. Al Simmons on stats. Very nice stadium here.
Very impressive. Very impressive. Just the looks, the neatness of it.
Yep, very nice.
Great viewing stadium.
It is, yeah, absolutely. For football, it's beautiful. And soccer as well, obviously.
Well, that's what I was into, the soccer.
Yeah, I mean, the soccer sidelines, you're about 8 feet away, 10 feet away from the stands. So good sight lines, close to the action. Second down, take another knee here. 46.3 till we head home. Well, they jump off sides. Breedlove does. Trying to anticipate the snap and maybe steal the football. But it's not happening today for you, Prep. But they're a young football team, as I mentioned earlier. A lot of grade 10 and 11 on this roster. This school, I think it's in its 4th or 5th year's existence. So they hand the ball off to Evans, and down he goes. Not sure why we're just not putting a knee on it. So he loses about 6 yards there. And UPrep takes timeout. We'll see if we get the signal. Is it their last one? May not be ups. They may have one more. Thus, maybe the reason for the run. But, I mean, they'd have to get a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and another touchdown. So, in 39 seconds, I don't know.
The play resume is going to be 3rd and 11 from the UPrep 46-yard line.
So 3rd and 11. Ball at the UPrep 46. See if he takes a knee here. Nope, he's going to pitch the ball to Evans. And he finds a hole on the right side. He kicks it outside and going to be close to the first down. We'll see where they mark it. They're going to run the clock. Timeout called by UPrep again. And depending on the spot, they're going to be short a yard, so it'll be at the 36-yard line. UPrep has used its last timeout. 24.9 seconds left. Some reason I just lost the video feed on my laptop here. Not sure if anybody else did. At 24.9.
I don't think 6 or 5 makes that signal.
So 4th down. Marauders will go for it. Hand the ball off to DePasquale, and he gets himself inside the 30-yard line.
Number 19 is hard to bring down. It'd be easier to you didn't tackle him on that play.
So one more kneel down, and that's going to do it. It's 16.7 seconds to go. Actually going to wind it, and that will do it. So the Marauders come down to Rochester and do what they need to do against UPrep. 28-18 the final. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Have a great weekend, everybody.